New readings have been detected in the underground ruins on New Romulus. We need you to clear a path to the lowest levels and then signal us, so the Titan and our scientists can investigate.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. In the last episode, we were here in this volcano, and we were exploring and, well, getting rid of all the Tholians that are down there. Now it appears we're going back down there. So, let's get those EV suits back on. Well, we're back here, and we didn't do anything to prevent the Tholians from beaming back down here, so I assume we'll have to deal with them again. Wonderful. But once we clear them out, we can signal Titan. I mean, I can hope that the Tholians haven't come back here, but, well, somehow I doubt it. Yep, we're detecting Tholian life signs. Wonderful. Phasers at the ready, I can see them. Looks like there might be more of them this time. A Tholian commander. Photon grenade. Jesus. Right, that is easy enough. Hopefully clearing the rest of this place will be just as easy. Right, let's keep moving. And they've occupied this room once again. There's a commander over there. Photon grenade. Right, is this room clear? It is. Let's clear out the rest. We can't have the proconsul beaming down here with all these Tholians. Oh god, that one was vaporized. Really? Those two photon grenades were just useless. Those things are expensive, you can't waste those. Photon grenade. God, Colors is just rushing in, being a good tactical officer. There's two Tholian commanders. Well, there's one now. You'd think they'd have learned their lesson after we got rid of them the first time. Jesus. Right. Right, we're nearly at the main chamber. And that should be the last place to clear out. And there it is. Bunch of Tholians. I don't see a Tholian... I don't see any commanders or captains, so that's good. There. Photon grenade. There's a Tholian lieutenant. And one last ensign. Right. Right, I'm signaling the proconsul.
I received your signal. Thank you for calling us down. I knew we could count on you.
Of course.
Sir, think I found some kind of log or recording.
Fascinating.
Can you activate it?
I'm not sure. It has some iconography similar to artifacts found in the Isha Forest Cave. This symbol in particular looks...
What the hell? What the hell?
Is that...
An Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Jesus. Is it activating? No. What are those? Universal Translate isn't working.
Is that an Iconian running through the gateway?
I don't know. I've never seen an Iconian.
That'd be an Iconian? I think another recording is starting.
Good God.
Those look like the same creatures we saw with the Iconian.
Indeed. But they're using the consoles now.
It looks like they've hooked some kind of machinery up to the gateway.
Universal Translator still isn't working.
I think they're trying to power the gateway.
It appears that they failed.
How old are those recordings?
This can't be right. The first one seems to be 200,000 years old.
Good
The
God.
second one was recorded 50,000 years after that. And were those things Iconians?
We have a lot of research to do before any of those questions can be answered.
Agreed.
This gate is clearly inoperable. Do you believe it could be reactivated?
With time, yes, I believe so. By the elements! Do you know what this means?
It means we have a chance to learn about one of the galaxy's most feared and ancient races. We couldn't have done any of this without you. As amazing as this discovery is, it pales in comparison to what you've done for me and my people. I could never fully or properly express my gratitude for everything you've accomplished since coming to New Romulus. Because of you, the Romulans and Remans truly have a chance at starting a new life. You've helped secure our new home and given us a fighting chance at survival. There are no words that will ever fully express my gratitude.
It was my pleasure, proconsul.
Information discovered from researching this gate will be shared, of course.
Of course.
Some people would be opposed to the releasing of secrets such as these. But time and time again, you have proven that we can all work together. For a brighter future and for a better Romulus. I thank you.
An Iconian gateway, Jesus. Alright, let's get out of these caves. Again. As expected, the proconsul is contacting me. The gateway discovered beneath the surface of New Romulus is prepared and ready for activation. Because the Romulan Republic is dedicated to sharing the gateway and all we learn from it with our allies, we are inviting representatives from the Romulan Republic, the Federation, and the Klingon Defense Force to join us on New Romulus for the first trip through the gateway. I would be honored if you would join us, Commander. The honor would be mine, proconsul. We will be there.
It would be my pleasure.
As part of our excavations into this area, we found artifacts from a much older civilization that once lived on this world. These primitive people appear to share the planet with their gods, in actuality, a species with a much higher technological level than their own, clearly without a prime directive. These day ones were abandoned when their gods left the world, but over time developed their own culture and technology. Then they found the gateway. It's Iconian, but it must have seemed almost magical to the Day Ones. Using geothermal energy, they managed to activate the gateway briefly. But the reaction was too unstable. The geothermal tap caused a chained volcanic reaction that devastated the entire planet. Our scientists say that ash clouded the sky, dropping temperatures and dramatically altering the climate of much of habitable land. Radiation levels spiked and many of the Day Ones died. The survivors retreated to underground shelters, but it was the end of their civilization. Only the flora and fauna that could adapt survived. Which explains why there are so few animals on this world. Until we arrived. You were instrumental in helping us discover the secrets of this world. Now that we've found the Iconian Gateway, we feel that it could be a boon to the Romulan Republic. The entire galaxy will be at our fingertips. Okay, that was interesting. Oh god, it feels good to be down here without an EV suit. Let's continue. Of course, I specifically was asked to represent the Federation, so I don't have any of my crew members with me, which is fine. There are several other Federation diplomats here to keep me company. Here's the person I'm here to meet, Admiral Kerarek.
Welcome.
The Romulan Republic is here, along with representatives from our allies in the Federation and the Klingon Empire, to witness the dawn of a new age. Harnessing the power of this gateway will change everything for our people. Indeed. We must be cautious, however. The Day Ones tried to do the same, and it destroyed them. But we have been studying this gateway since you helped us discover it, and we believe that we understand where the Day Ones went wrong. We now have the technology and knowledge we need to successfully adapt Iconian technology for our own use. We have a few final adjustments to make, and then we'll be ready to...
Consider what happened to the Day Ones, and what the result would be if the Romulans lose a second homeworld.
Ambassador Worf.
I have encountered Iconian gateways twice before. In both those instances, the finest commanders I ever served found the technology to be too dangerous to preserve. It is difficult to believe that you have managed to do what they could not.
I am familiar with those instances from Starfleet records, and it's an honor to meet you, Ambassador. Are there any problems?
No problem.
Ambassador Worf was invited here because of his experience with Iconian gateways. He has been voicing his concerns with our decision to activate the gateway. My science teams are convinced that they have solved the problem of the past, but I fear that, like the Ambassador, some of my engineers have their doubts. Well, it's only natural, Admiral. After what happened to the Day Ones, and this being your new home, I don't think many people will want to take the risk. Titan and the Senate believe this to be an important step for the New Republic. But it is a step that we must take with our allies. We respect their opinions and want them to join us in this venture, just as the Bajorans and the Federation worked in tandem when the wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant was discovered. Well, the situation is somewhat similar, but much more dangerous. In the interests of easing some concerns, Ambassador, I invite you to take a final check of the data. Perhaps the Commander would be willing to assist you. It would be my honor, Ambassador.
Acceptable. Admiral Kerarek, I want to start by reviewing your science team's work.
I will accompany you, Ambassador Worf. Well, working together with Ambassador Worf, Jesus, he's practically a legend in the Federation. Oof, this is an incredible experience. Anyway.
I'm sorry, did you need something?
I don't mean to be distracted, but it's taken a lot of work and a lot of late nights to get here. Finally, we're ready. We've considered everything that could go wrong and planned for any contingency. The Day Ones weren't as advanced technologically as we are. They hadn't even become a warp culture when they tried to power the gateway. We have advantages they could only dream of having. There's some risk, of course, but anything worth doing has some risk. We wouldn't be standing on the new homeworld of our people if we hadn't been willing to take a chance and challenge the Tal Shiar. Is there anything we can do, Doctor?
With all due respect to you, Ambassador, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Commander Blueberry Ninja can review the power variance coefficient numbers for the Alpha, Gamma, and Delta monitors. Maybe I could use another set of eyes. I've had a lot of trouble sleeping recently. Well, I'll see what I can do, Doctor. Right. Accessing the power monitors.
Program initialized. Select monitoring program.
Power variance monitors. Doctor, I have some numbers for you. Alpha is 14.
Alpha is 14. That looks correct.
Gamma is 47.
Yes, that's correct. Gamma is 47.
Delta is 38. As you can see, Ambassador, we have all the numbers perfectly in order. Does that satisfy you?
Your numbers may be correct, but have you ever witnessed the power of one of these gateways outside of a holodeck? Well, I have. I was invited here to share my knowledge with those willing to listen.
Perhaps we should speak with the engineering teams, Ambassador.
Yes, they've been asking for the final power variance numbers.
I'm sure Commander Mayek would appreciate the newest set of data. Well, we'll speak to the Commander then. Commander Mayek.
I appreciate you speaking up about your concerns.
If our projections are off at all, we could end up freezing to death in caves just like the day ones. This gateway is an extremely valuable resource, but is it worth losing everything we've built here? I've got some variance numbers for you, Commander.
Finally.
You want a full-time job here? I could use some reliable help. These aren't too bad. Better than what we had before. Maybe this will work after all. Well, that's good.
I agree that the simulations look promising, but I still have some concerns.
So do I, but we're on a deadline.
My team has the geothermal tap operational, and with the proper numbers, we can finally align the power flow to the gateway and activate it again. I'd be happy to discuss your concerns with you, Ambassador, but I'll need someone to help with the final commands to raise the pylons while I monitor the power levels. May I volunteer, Commander? All of my teams are busy with the tap, and it'll give the Ambassador and I some time to talk. I'd ask Adriana to do it, but she's got her hands full as it is.
Perhaps we can find a solution that will ensure the safety of all of us. Show me your projections.
I will activate the consoles and monitor the power readings. Well, anything I can do to help. Let's see, activating main power. Alright, that looks good. Open pylon doors. Right. Elevating the pylons. Right, looking good, looking good. Weren't any problems there. Commander.
The numbers are good, but something seems off.
Off?
Agreed. Sensor readings from the gateways I've encountered were significantly different than this. Could it be because of the power source you're using?
Readings like this make me wonder.
You open a door, and that means there's got to be something on the other side. Maybe this isn't a one-way trip. Do you think there's something on the other side trying to get in?
The numbers aren't saying that exactly, but it's a real possibility.
I understand what the gateway means to my people, but I'm concerned about what could happen if we open it without taking more precautions. Well, we could send some security down here.
Captains Sean and Corin have been consulting with Kararek's security forces. I will ask Corin to deploy some of her finest warriors.
She's the captain of the Klingon flagship, I believe. Any help would be appreciated.
I do not know Captain Sean, but he commands an enterprise. He must be a formidable man. He also has less enthusiasm for activating the gateway than others here. I am certain he has considered all the options.
Well, I did meet Captain Sean once before when he was commanding the Belfast, although that was back when I was commanding the Sumatra. God, that feels like a long time ago. I will speak with Captain Sean and see what our options are. Well, I appreciate the Ambassador's concerns, but we've discovered an Iconian gateway. We can't just sit on our hands. Captain Sean.
How may I assist you?
Do you have a moment?
The team looks like it's almost done with the final checks. Make it quick.
Actually, Ambassador Worf has some concerns about the gateway. And because he can't come over and chat with a Starfleet officer without raising some eyebrows in his own delegation, he's sending you instead. Interesting. Tell him I share in his concerns about the gateway. What does he think we should do? He wants an option to neutralize the gateway if we need to.
I'll admit I've been dubious about this project from the start.
Some things are too powerful for anyone to have. Still, it's my job to do what Starfleet Command orders, so the Enterprise is here to assist and represent the Federation. But it's also my job to protect the ship and the Federation. So, I had my engineers work up some contingency plans. Well, I would be glad if you could share them with me. If Corrin is bringing extra ground troops to deal with the unwelcome visitors, that should help. My chief engineer worked up a few small spatial charges with enough power to take out the gateway. If we attach them to the base of the pylons, we'll be able to stop a disaster before it starts. I don't want to use them unless we have to. We're here on New Romulus's invitation, after all, but it's always good to have a backup plan. I'll take care of it, Captain. Spatial charges. Commander Blueberry Ninja to Enterprise. If you could beam down, let's say, 2 of the spatial charges you've rigged. Right, there's one of them.
What are you... Ah, good idea.
Thank you. I probably should have consulted with the commander before I started. Anyway, let's return to Admiral Kerarek. Actually, before I speak to the Admiral, I'd like to speak with Captain Corrin. Captain Corrin.
Corrin, daughter of Grilka, captain of the mighty IKS Fortescue, and victor of 100 battles!
No need to yell, Captain. No need to yell, Captain. Right, that was, pleasant. Admiral Kerarek.
If all the preparations are complete, I see no reason to delay.
Understood. I will prepare to activate the gateway. Well, this is the moment. Let's bloody do this.
Initiating final power transfer.
Power output rising. Levels are within expected parameters.
Activating gateway.
Good God.
We've got a spike.
Oh, that's not
Attempting
good.
to compensate. No good.
Oh, Jesus.
Abort! Abort the mission!
Oh, Jesus.
Shut it down!
Detonate the...
Detonating charges.
No
Oh,
effect.
no.
Get everyone out of the chamber.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, damn. Now what?
Into the gateway. Now!
Right, let's go. Let's move.